Andrew, John, Connor, Kincaid and South Tunis, Philly Sports Talk, 97.5 The Fanatic and The Fanatic app.
It is 7 a.m. here on Kincaid and South Tunis, 97.5 The Fanatic on this Adam Schefter Wednesday. Connor's been mentioning it in his updates. He had to change his time a little bit today. He'll be coming up at 7:30 this morning instead of 8:05. So, of course, the latest on A.J. Brown. And a whole lot.
Well, we're counting down
lot.
the days till AJ gets to his favorite team so he can play for his childhood favorite team.
Yes.
Because he's nice and childish, so he can play for his childhood favorite team.
Shefty comes your way at 7:30. All right, Sixers, Knicks tonight, Game 2. We have a poll of the day brought to us by our man, Dr. Avidan Appel and Iron Mountain Men's Health. We really appreciate Dr. Avidan Appel for keeping our poll strong for 4 hours every single morning. He also tries to get you to win money because we do the company-wide contest at 8 o'clock every day. So your chance to win $1,000 in 1 hour, courtesy of Dr. Avidan Appel and Iron Mountain Men's Health.
Everybody could use that, right?
Yes. What do we got?
Our poll today. What happens at tonight's Sixers-Knicks Game 2? 3 options here. The Knicks win and cover the 7.5 that they're giving. The Sixers lose, but they do cover the 7.5, and the Sixers win outright. 49% are saying it is an outright win for the Sixers. 30% saying Knicks win and cover. 21% saying Sixers lose and cover. So it seems like we're either thinking blowout or outright win.
Wow, so more people say Knicks win and cover than Sixers lose and cover, which I find interesting. I don't see what happened Monday night happening tonight. I really don't. I think the Sixers come out with a much different approach. And one of those, Johnny, that we talked about a lot yesterday, I was peeved. I don't, I get it. They were tired, emotional, all that kind of stuff. Tyrese Maxey taking one shot, one field goal in the first quarter is like criminal. It's criminal.
Who do you put it on?
I put down the head coach, and I'm sorry for everything that's going on in his personal life. Our hearts go out to the Nurse family, the passing of his brother. It's horrible. I don't even want to say but. I don't, because that's horrible. Tyrese Maxey cannot go into a game. Tyrese Maxey, right? Like,
Tyrese Maxey.
I understand that people still look at him as little Tyrese, right? Young Tyrese. And he's young. He's 25 years old. But in terms of NBA age, like
he's an NBA
not.
first team All-Star.
Yeah, he was a starting All-Star. He's a max contract player. That's criminal. Think of all the max contract players that have ever stepped on the court of basketball. Have they ever gone to a playoff game and they've taken one shot in the first quarter?
Yes,
No.
Tobias Harris.
Yeah, that's a very
Hey, get the Tobias Harris stuff out. It looks like it's
he's not max contract player Tobias Harris.
Yeah, it looks
anymore,
like it might have been here that was the problem.
No.
Yeah, it looks like it might have been here.
No, the assassin scorer.
Yeah, he's doing really, really well.
I've given him his credit. I don't think it's a Philadelphia thing. It's a Tobias Harris thing. He was really bad last year in the playoffs too.
Yeah. Really good.
Tyrese Maxey needs to be involved a lot more, and it has to start immediately. And I'm going to tell you something now, Johnny.
What's that?
I might have to put Cooper's college fund on his over tonight. Did you see his point total?
No.
Just take a guess. It's Tyrese Maxey. First, starting All-Star.
22.5.
You're close.
19.5?
It's 24.5.
Oh, okay.
I'm hammering the over.
I'd go over on that. The over will be there.
Now, a lot of it is because that's what I think they need to do. I'm not making this bet on, hey, man, he's going to have a big night. No, I'm making this bet on this better be the case because they're not going to win this series with Tyrese Maxey not being a focal point of their offensive attack. Oh, by the way, that's any series moving forward at this point. I've been asking for this Shaq D-Wade thing for years now.
Yes,
you and I talked about it on post-show headlines after the Game 7 win because we saw it, right? Like Maxey and Embiid both had a very good night, but who was the closer? It was Tyrese Maxey. It wasn't Joel Embiid, who could potentially be in the Hall of Fame one day. It wasn't Shaquille O'Neal, who is in the Hall of Fame. It was Dwayne Wade that was taking those last shots in those early Heat days. It should be Tyrese Maxey, who's a big focal point of this offense. Him taking one shot in the first quarter was criminal.
Yeah, it should be. Should be. But Tyrese has to do some of that himself, right? I mean,
Yes.
like he's got to be more aggressive. So hopefully Tyrese doesn't take that subservient role.
Which is why I want to ask people at 610-632-0975. We'll get to the text line about everything else that we've already talked about. Do people feel that way? Like, do people feel that Maxey's need to grab the bull by the horns? Because I think a lot of people still look at him as the young Tyrese Maxey that, Doc Rivers wasn't playing and they didn't want to trade him for Kevin Durant. Like, he's 25.
Aren't you glad you didn't?
Yeah, no, it's worked out for him. Absolutely. He's been in the league for some time now, and he's a max contract player. We can put all the blame on Nick Nurse that we want. Tyrese Maxey's got to say, no, dog, give me the ball. I'm Tyrese Maxey. It can't be little Tyrese anymore. He's Tyrese freaking Maxey.
Okay.
And I don't know how many people view him that way.
No, I think
they
people
still view
want to look at
Embiid
him
and Paul George, and it's like, these are the big guys. These are the older guys, max contract guys. So is Maxey. He's a max contract player.
I honestly think it's part of the people, though, that I think it's your people who judge him that way and look at him that way.
But I don't.
I think it's the Embiid cult.
Yeah, but I don't look at him
But
that
I
way.
think it's the Embiid cult that looks at him that way because they are dying for Embiid to be the guy. So they look at him as the subservient guy when we know, and you've been saying it, and you've been saying it to your credit, you've been saying it. It's got to be Maxey.
Yeah, Maxey's got to be.
It's got to be. You've been saying it longer than this year.
For 2 years
right,
now.
It's got to be Maxey. But I believe it's the Embiid cult members.
I also don't know if it's
it.
necessarily Embiid cult. I think it's we don't like Embiid people, so we're not going to say much critical things about Tyrese Maxey.
I don't get it that way. I think it is that because I think that's what they want. They want Embiid to come through. They want to end up being right on that opinion about Embiid. They want to see this. It's got to be him. It's got to be him. Let's have it be him. Let him be the guy.
I haven't seen a lot of Feed Joe stuff in this postseason. If anything, we're seeing less Joel. Like the game plans we've been mad at have been the ones that have gone through.
Game 4 Boston and game 1 New York. Let's get Embiid going early. Look, I understand the Karl Anthony Towns side of things. Like I do because Embiid's owned them. I get why you would do that, but it can't be so much where it's Maxey's taking one shot. You can balance it. There is a balancing act that's allowed to happen.
I don't. I don't understand it, and I don't get it. I can't figure it out. I can't figure out why that would have been your plan going into that game, especially after you watch game 5, 6, and 7. Nope. Can't understand it. That, to me, made no sense. And also,
here's why. Because he's averaged 28 points, 9.4 rebounds, 3.5 assists in his 14-game career against Karl Anthony Towns.
And what success have they had against the Knicks when it mattered? And more importantly, is you've seen 5, 6, and 7. You've seen what they've done. This is a different team. This is a completely different Sixers team than any team they've had in the past. So you got to use the young legs. And if you're telling me the Sixers knew, and you're reading it from the beat writers, the Sixers knew how tired they were going into that game.
Yeah.
So what are you doing? You're leaning on Joel Embiid to be the main guy? The least likely guy. If you're going into a game and you're saying the Sixers are going to be tired tonight, the least likely guy that you want to be leaning on is Joel Embiid. He's the least. You go down, you go, okay, the team's tired tonight. Embiid's the one, and it's understandable. He's coming off major surgery.
Yeah.
And he busted his backside to come back. I respect the hell out of it. But that to me is a dumb game plan. And hopefully we don't see it repeated tonight. That would be my
it better not. I mean, it clearly didn't work. Like they can't do that.
By the way,
again.
the defensive game plan didn't work either.
No.
And they had a great defensive game plan against Boston. Every time they had to make an adjustment, they did. Hopefully they can show again that they have a great adjustment.
I'll buy into the lack of time and rest and all that kind of stuff if they play well tonight. If they play poorly tonight, then we can't. That excuse has to go out the window. Then it's just they're getting outclassed by the New York Knicks. What do we have on the Davis on the text line? You can feel the Davis difference. Check them out in Burlington. We've had a couple early callers today. We appreciate you. You can call in the old-fashioned way at 610-632-0975.
The old-fashioned way on a phone.
But what do we have on the text line? We have text and voice memos. Is that correct, Connor?
That is correct. Now, we'll start with a text here from Derek in North Philly who's talking about this Tyrese Maxey thing that we were just on. He says, stop with the coach. Tyrese should call his own number. He has the ball in his hands. He goes to the rack and passes far too much.
Yeah, I mean,
I think that gentleman is fair.
part of it's probably game plan. Like, hey, this is how we're going to start. But if I'm Tyrese Maxey, again, think of the max contract player that's saying, okay,
I'm deferring.
like who
I'm going to defer my own accomplishment for somebody else.
yeah. So who's doing that? Like sometimes I feel like it's, well, he's young. Like, no, dude, like he's max let's go, dude. He's max contract.
Let's go.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
You don't make it. You're not making a false point there.
No, I need more from Tyrese Maxey. I need
I don't
more from
think that's-
Embiid.
that's not
Paul
unfair.
George and all this. Like, but Maxey's of the three. He's the big three.
He's of the two. All due respect to Paul George, who's been shooting the lights out in the postseason, playing great defense. It's Tyrese and Joel.
Yeah, those are the two focal points. Yes. All right, what else we got?
We also have Xavier checking in. Xavier in Newtown Square.
man.
My
On
man.
the voice memo.
Good morning, you guys. Xavier from Newtown. Look, last night I went to sleep pissed. This morning I woke up pissed, and now I'm driving to work pissed. Man, look, I just don't understand what the whole point of trading Jared McCain at the deadline was for. Josh Harris, I hate this guy. Just a grimy person. I hate his face. You traded him. You picked up Campaign. That was such a big move. And this guy's not even on the team no more. Not contributing in any type of way. And meanwhile, you got Jared McCain, 15 minutes, 12 points last night.
Yeah, look, McCain had a good game. Hold on. In fairness, because we do it too, we have not talked much Jared McCain recently because he has not really been playing as much, whereas yesterday he did have a good game for the Oklahoma City Thunder. But we also have to point out Quentin Grimes has been playing good basketball for the Sixers.
He has been, but who would you rather have?
Long-term, McCain, but right now, Quentin Grimes, the way Quentin Grimes is playing defense coming off the bench, Jared McCain would not be doing.
Okay, I got you there. But you can understand the gripe.
Yeah.
You can understand the gripe.
It was an unnecessary trade. That'll forever be my take on it.
A stupid move. Yeah.
I thought they were going to make a move after that. They did not, so it became an unnecessary trade.
And Xavier, could I just get you on one thing, please? As someone who is a native of that area, my church, my grade school in that area when I was a kid, it's Newtown Square. Don't shorten it to Newtown. Come on, you're from the square. And what did you say about the square this morning?
So
met somebody from Hamilton Square.
So John met somebody from Hamilton Square, and Connor's like, "Where's that?" I was like, "Well, it's right near Hamilton." And Connor's like, "Oh, I've only heard of Hamilton."
I didn't know Hamilton Square existed.
And I said, if you put square at the end of it, you are automatically telling everybody that you're from, a fancier area.
Like Newtown Square is fancier than Newtown.
It
just is.
Name me the town that has square at the end that isn't nicer than the one that doesn't have square at the end of it.
If you add square, now
it automatically makes it fancier.
I'm absolutely fascinated by Andrew's little social experiment here, and I'm in my head. I'm going, yeah, he's right.
I'm serious. Like if you said Rittenhouse, but then you add Rittenhouse Square, it's like whoa, that must be a nice area because it's square. As soon as you put square, it changes. I bet you the tax bracket's different. I bet you the homes are different.
It is.
I bet you the restaurants are different.
I got to tell you, I think Connor, he's broken a code here.
Yeah, I think so.
Look, I think he really has.
Carlos the Civic is not allowed to drive in Newtown Square, but it's allowed to drive in Newtown.
Yeah, you could drive in Newtown. Yeah, no one's going to stop you in Newtown.
By the way, incredible appearance last Saturday. I had a fill-in for Bill at the Legacy Club, which is beautiful.
Very nice.
It's a private golf course in the Cherry Hill area. And I stood out when I pulled into the parking lot with Carlos.
I bet you did in Carlos the Civic. Bet you did.
I had a couple eyeballs look my way like, they're letting everybody in these days, huh?
Yeah, I'm telling you. They're like, yeah, thanks a lot.
Great area, though. It was beautiful.
Great.
All right, let's go to our man Tasty Cake, Dom. What's up, Dommy?
Hey, Andrew. Hey, John.
What's
Connor.
up, buddy?
How you guys doing?
We're doing
well,
good.
man.
They're going to bounce back tonight, Dom. They're going to bounce back.
Yeah, I think that game was a flush-it game. I really do. There was no defensive intensity. They didn't contest. But I think the Sixers have been pretty good at policing themselves. So I expect a lot more tonight.
I like that. And I like the idea of policing themselves. I think they have held themselves very accountable, and I think that their coach has done a nice job, though. I think Nick Nurse has done a nice job of of setting a good tone, a good environment of expectation. I think we've been pretty pleased. They rebound nicely.
I always am going to bet, John, on Joel versus Cat until, Cat had but through the history of their one-on-one, Joel eats him up.
Yeah, no, I understand why they were saying let's make Embiid the focal point, but it can't be let's make him the focal point and Tyrese Maxey, you just stand there. Tyrese Maxey has to be freaking involved.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Absolutely. And, John, can we relax on Jared McCain's averaging 3 points in the playoffs? I mean, come on.
That's because he's not getting as much time.
He was irrelevant. He's been irrelevant.
No, he's not irrelevant. He's not irrelevant to this organization going forward. He is absolutely not. There was no reason for that trade, so there's no reason to just relax on it. It was stupid, Dom. Don't make excuses for it. It was stupid and was unnecessary. Come on now. There's no reason they had to make that deal.
What's going to be really interesting, and Dommy, thanks for the call, brother. Can't wait for tonight's game. What's the future of Quentin Grimes with the Sixers? Because remember, it was always, we want Grimes. They could not work out a long-term contract, so they get him back for 1 year, and they trade McCain. And there was a point, as of 2 weeks ago, where Quentin Grimes was playing himself out of Philadelphia.
Correct.
Because if the Sixers did not beat the Celtics, Morey's fired, the Monday after.
Absolutely.
Nick Nurse might be gone. And then you're going, all right, well, the next GM's not tied to Quentin Grimes. That feels like a very attached to the hip of Daryl Morey move. If they continue to win, then we'll see what happens with Grimes.
Right. Then we'll find out. But I mean, there's no reason. Don't try to spin to me that it's not it was a stupid move.
It was just unnecessary.
It was unnecessary. Why'd you do it? And no revisionist history on this now. It was bad.
Can't wait to use what pick is it? 22.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, that's great.
They might find another Jared McCain.
They're going to go try to get a Jared McCain with a pick worse than they drafted Jared McCain with.
Maybe it's a Jared McCain that can play defense.
That'd be great. Mm-hmm.
Or as a wing.
By the way, I just Googled it. Are areas with the word square in it nicer? According to Google AI, which is always accurate.
Oh, yeah. That's never wrong.
Areas with square in their name are often, but not always, nicer, more walkable, and more central, functioning as the historic heart of a community. Historically, these areas were designed for community gathering, featuring markets, benches, fountains, and surrounding shops. Look, usually fountains are in nice areas.
Now, I don't remember the fountains now. I don't remember the fountains of Newtown Square. There might be some, but I don't remember them being there. But there was water fountains at St. Annie's.
See, we're losing it because we got mad people on the text line now, mad about the town stuff. They're saying Newtown and Newtown Square are very far apart. Newtown is nicer than Newtown Square.
No, it is not.
Wait, do we have turf wars right now?
We have town beef, and
no, it is not.
We got to focus on the Knicks. I don't think we have time
Newtown is not better than Newtown Square.
What town's better, Newtown Square?
No, it is not.
610-632-0975. We got turf wars going on right now.
Both of them. Thank you for listening.
We can love both.
I don't have ties. John's got ties.
You can love both.
Yes,
you can love both, but please, you can also no.
What do we got on the text line that's not about squares?
We have some weird stuff going on with Tyrese Maxey.
What's weird?
Just this discourse that is kind of bubbling on the text line today is interesting.
So I might have struck a nerve.
I think you did.
Jay from Westchester checks in and says, "No, I think some of this is Maxey's fault. He's always super giddy, smiling, friendly, etc. He doesn't seem to have that dog type of reaction in him. I'm not saying he doesn't have the dog type mentality to where he just takes over, but he's not the type to walk over someone when they're on the ground. Therefore, I think people just don't view him how they view some of these Max type guys."
I disagree. I think
also.
Maxey does have that dog in him. Look, I get it. When you're seeing a guy smiling, you think the guy's always nice. I think the guy's a killer on the court. We've seen it. Game 7, he was the guy that closed out that game. Just because he's got a nice personality doesn't mean he doesn't have the killer. You don't have to be a D.
You don't have to be. You don't have to be.
Dylan Brooks.
Look, I'm going to tell you.
Dylan Brooks is a perfect example. Dylan Brooks is a role player, right? And because he stares down guys. Lance Stevenson, remember those days? Because he's blowing in the ear of LeBron.
Just because Allen Iverson and Tyrese Maxey are completely different types of people.
Sure.
They're different types of guys. They're completely different people. And it's just one, and they can each have dog in them. in their own way.
But what I think Maxey needs to do is say, give me the damn ball.
I think he does too.
That might be something
he
that
might need
he
to
may
say
not have.
He might need to say it to his coach, though.
Maybe, yeah.
More. And I think his coach understands.
And I think it happens tonight. It better. Tyrese Maxey over under 24.5 points. I can't wait to rush to my FanDuel Sportsbook app and put in the over for the 24.5.
Then get on it, baby.
That's my lock of the night.
Get on it.
All right, coming up next. Adam Schefter has to come on a little bit earlier today, so he joins us coming up next. It is Kincaid and Sal Tunis, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Kincaid and Sal Tunis, 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com. Coming up at 10, Middays with Marks. Now more of Kincaid and Sal Tunis.
97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
7 a.m. hours brought to you by the BetParks online casino and sportsbook app. Live bet sports on the BetParks app. Play all your favorite casino games. There's always another way to win on the BetParks online casino and sportsbook. Got to be 21 in Pennsylvania, Jersey, or Maryland. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
7:31 on this game day, Wednesday. Sixers-Knicks game 2 tonight, 7 o'clock. Listen live here on the Fanatic. Don't forget tomorrow, game 3, Flyers-Hurricanes. They're back on home ice. That game also on 97.5 The Fanatic. But it's also an Adam Schefter Wednesday, Johnny. He had to move up a little bit today. We'll do a little replay later on the show as we normally would. But joining us now here on Kincaid and Sal Tunis from ESPN, our man Adam Schefter. Shefty, good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen. What's going on?
Well, it's quiet now when it comes to the Eagles. We do have some Eagles questions for you. But one thing that I would like to start off with, the report that came out that maybe the schedule release might be a little delayed. What have you heard? Because I'm trying to plan my life here, Shefty. So what's going on with the schedule release as we've reached the month of May?
Well, you're not the only one that is trying to plan their life. Everybody's been trying to do that, and everybody's waiting for the NFL to weigh in with exactly what they've decided and where they're going with this particular situation. I think... Look, the league was targeting, as it usually does, that Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, May 12th, 13th, 14th. And I think the reason we haven't gotten a announcement so far about the date is I think there's another package of games, a 5-game package, that the league is working on selling. And I think that somehow, again, I don't have all the details, but that somehow enters into the delay of why we don't have a specific date yet as to why there's no official schedule release date yet. And everybody's waiting. Like, my month of May, I'm trying to plan my work schedule and I can't do it right now. And I've texted a few people, hey, what do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Nothing yet on a date. So again, the more it goes on like this, that I would hope that there's an announcement today that it'll be next week. That's my hope. But the league has left open the idea that if they need to, they would push back to that following week. So that's the situation, and we're just waiting right now.
How much is the manipulation about star players, matchups, wondering about, there's been speculation about, well, is Aaron Rodgers going to be a Steeler? And if he's a Steeler, then they want to have Steelers more in prime time. How much does that really come into play, or is that just more talk?
In this particular situation, I don't believe it enters in very much at all. Now, if for some reason Aaron Rodgers decides that he's not returning to Pittsburgh, they always could pull back. But I would think that they are operating under the assumption that Aaron Rodgers will be back, and we'll see how it goes from there.
Shefty, I know we've talked about A.J. Brown till we couldn't really think of any other angles at this point. But believe it or not, I have another one.
Good.
And I'm not trying to bring up the biggest story in the world, that is the Mike Vrabel situation. But I'm curious, if this continues to get worse, is there any chance that Mike Vrabel takes a year off from being the head coach of the New England Patriots? And if that does indeed happen, does that change the wishes of A.J. Brown?
I would say that right now there are zero plans for Mike Vrabel has zero plans to step down. Patriots don't have any plans for him to step down today. As we've seen in this particular situation, it continues to take twists and turns where you think the story may be subsiding and it's not.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say that as long as there are no other flare-ups or revelations or videos or pictures or whatever it may be, as long as there's nothing else, I would fully expect Mike Vrabel to coach next year. But are there going to be more things that come out? I have no idea.
But
idea.
Is A.J. Brown's decision, I mean, I hope you get where I'm getting at here, is A.J. Brown loves Mike Vrabel. So let's say this does happen in a world, even though you're not expecting it, in a world on May 25th, there's this big bombshell, and Vrabel goes, I need to take a year off because this might be a distraction to the team. Does A.J. Brown have second thoughts?
No, I don't think so. I expect that trade to proceed when the two sides are able to come together and formalize a trade that would send A.J. Brown to the Patriots.
I'm a little surprised that there isn't more blowback because of the fact that Mike Vrabel came out and completely denied it and made fun of it when it first came out. And then it's like, oh no, it really happened. Like his whole thing, this is laughable, this is a joke. And then it's like, oh yeah, well, it did happen. I'm surprised that there's not more blowback from that, from the league and from the Patriots organization.
I don't know what to say about that. I think the situation has gotten a lot of scrutiny. I think as it has unfolded, I think Mike Vrabel's has come more under fire than he certainly did at the beginning. I don't know, to your point, that part has been questioned as much. You know, if you go back to the initial statement, if you just say
laughable, I believe was his term, that it was laughable.
That is correct.
And so to me, he completely lied. And then when it's exposed that it was the truth, it's just like, oh yeah, now it's the truth. I think that's crazy, especially for a leader of men and the CEO of the face of an organization.
What is the old expression, John? The cover-up is worse than the crime.
Exactly.
The cover-up is worse than the crime.
Yeah, it is.
Yep.
It is.
Adam Schefter joining us here on Kincaid and South Tunis. The most recent bit of news for the Eagles was a contract extension, but it was not of a player. It was chief of security, Dom DeSandro. Curious, Schefter, because normally the chief of security is not really talked about much with like any team, but he's like a cult hero here in Philadelphia. What have you heard about Dom DeSandro's role with the Eagles that has led to this love between him and the organization? I'm just curious what you've heard about him.
I just think he's somebody in that organization that everybody there has a high degree of trust in, faith in. If you need him, he's there, reliable, there to help people. I think everybody has. They don't have big Doms in their life, but you know that when if there's an issue, you need help, something's wrong, who do you turn to? You know, certain people you can count on, and I think that Big Dom's one of those guys for that. Like everyone you speak to there, every time his name, they love that guy.
Right.
Every organization has a Big Dom, though, correct?
But they're just not so big.
Correct. They're just not on camera all the time, known all the time. And
they're not that big physically,
yes,
and in stature and in scope. And everything.
I know the Falcons back in my day in Atlanta, all the years in Atlanta. Arthur Blank and Rich McKay, they had theirs, and it was very anonymous, and it was very
correct.
Behind the scenes. And that gentleman took care of a lot of things behind the scenes quietly, and no fans knew his name.
Everybody's different, and by the way, sometimes I don't know that Big Dom loves the attention. I think he's done things to turn away from the attention, but the attention has found him. I think it just became exacerbated from that one particular sideline incident, and it highlighted him. And all it takes in this world is one incident that sort of goes viral, and as that one did, that raises the profile and stature of an individual. And that's what happened. And look, you guys are there, but to me, he's a folk hero in the city, right?
Yes.
People love him. People love him.
People think he makes trades on game night. People, I mean, honestly,
he might.
They believe it. Yeah, they think it is.
Schefter, you put out a tweet a couple hours ago about a vote that will be taking place Thursday night. It wasn't that long ago. It seemed like we were heading toward replacement refs. Apparently, conversations have been good in the NFL and the NFL Refs Association.
Well, it sounds like they're going to get this done. They are scheduled to vote, or they scheduled a ratification vote for Thursday night. So, if that's formally approved by both sides, the agreement would avoid the need for replacement officials. And obviously the tone surrounding these talks right now is decidedly different than what was going on in February and March. They obviously have figured out and solved their differences. I don't know why it wouldn't be ratified this week. And so it looks like the league has avoided replacement officials for the upcoming season, which is good news for people.
It seems like a quiet off season if you took the New England thing out of it.
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I think that, well, it was not a great free agent class. It was not a great draft class. There were 2 down classes. So, again, free agency is always going to be big because it's free agency, and the draft is always going to be big because it's the draft. But there are just some free agent classes that are bigger than others, and teams have done a great job of re-signing their talent to dilute free agents moving forward. And the draft this year was not what it would be, what we think it will be next year.
Sure.
So, look, you say quiet off season, John, but going into the draft week, there have been 25 trades made of players going into the draft from the start of the new league year in mid-March to draft day, 25. And last year there have been 18, I believe, and that was a new league record. So, yes, it's been a quiet off season, largely, but there have been more trades than ever before, and we got a salacious scandal that we never, ever have gotten before.
We're in our business. We're thankful for it, though other people are not.
By the way, the next scandal to report on is John Kincaid's love for Phillies interim manager Don Mattingly. He has a signed poster of Don Mattingly above his bed, and he has been singing.
Right?
Still, and he's singing the praise of him every day because the Phillies are now. The Phils are 7-1 in the Don Mattingly era.
Now, our own Ricky Batalico here at the station, he admits that in his childhood bedroom, it still hangs. His poster of Donnie Baseball. I would imagine that Adam Schefter was quite fond of Donnie Baseball growing up also.
That is correct. I was a big Don Mattingly fan growing up. Never met him. He was amongst my favorite Yankees. And I never had a poster of him in my bedroom the way you do today, John. But, yes, I did admire him and did have great respect for him.
I have an Adam Schefter poster now.
Oh, yes. And we're going to start calling him Big Adam, too,
there you go.
moving
Big
forward. Adam, we appreciate the time. We'll talk to you next week.
Thanks, guys. Have a great week.
There he is, Adam Schefter joining us. The referee story is one that, nobody – I feel like people don't care until it happens. Like replacement refs, that Seattle Green Bay game is a stain on the National Football League.
It was awful. Was awful.
A league that's, it doesn't matter. They could have every stain in the world. They're still going to be successful. Everybody's still going to watch. It's good that we hate refs regardless, but man, it could be a lot worse.
No, but it was awful. That was a black mark.
So it's good that there's going to be a vote on Thursday, and hopefully it's heading in that direction. All right, coming up next, we have today's headlines with Connor Thomas, and then don't forget to start the 8 o'clock hour. We have, was it Thompson or is it Mattingly? Also, the legacy conversation. Because I think a couple people jumped the gun a little bit after Game 7. It's Kincaid and Sal Tunis, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Kincaid and Sal Tunis, 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com. This is Kincaid and Sal Tunis, 97.5 The Fanatic.
All right, 7:49 here on Kincaid and Sal Tunis, 97.5 The Fanatic. Thanks to our man Adam Schefter, who joined us a little bit earlier today. So if you're just tuning in, we'll play the 5 best minutes of Schefty in the 9 o'clock hour. But it is time now for today's headlines with Connor Thomas.
Today's headlines with the Connor Thomas.
What's up, V?
It's brought to us by Lundy Law. For over 70 years, Lundy Law has been fighting for injured people. If you need them, remember the name Lundy Law, your injury lawyers. Visit LundyLaw.com. That's LundyLaw.com. You guys are going to get mad at me for something in today's headlines.
What's that?
I get mad at you every day.
Well, that's fair.
No,
but,
you don't.
But this one's specific. We'll get to that later. First, maybe we're mad at the NHL because the Toronto Maple Leafs have won the NHL draft lottery. They will get the number one overall pick.
Fixed.
They had the fifth best odds.
Fixed again.
Why do you think it's fixed? Talk us through it.
Because they're going to lose Austin Matthews in a trade. They're going to trade Austin Matthews
To the Philadelphia Flyers?
to the United States. Austin Matthews will be traded to a team in the States.
Phillies
and
in the
they
States.
and they will they will give them a new star
Philly
to have
is
in
the
one of their
state.
biggest markets. Sort of like when Luka Doncic went to the Los Angeles Lakers. Oh, Dallas wins the lottery. Similar. Oh, the Islanders. You lose the All-Star game. We have to take the All-Star game from you. You win the lottery. These things are so fixed.
So what you're saying is the Flyers need to have something taken from them so that they can get the benefit
No,
of
what I'm
something.
saying to you is Flyer fans should at least dream today because they absolutely have the draft capital to go after Austin Matthews, and he is on the table.
Not just that, the Flyers added to their draft capital because now the 2027 first-round pick of the Maple Leafs will
Correct.
be the Flyers, and that is unprotected.
That is correct. And I believe that will end up being like a 5-6 pick.
The rebuild goes on, boys.
Yeah, unless you decide to say all chips to the table and say, Toronto, you want your pick back?
What is
You
this,
want
draft day? Get
No,
Kevin
you-
Costner
no,
on the phone.
You want your pick back? Because Austin Matthews can be part of this.
Hell yeah, he
It
can.
can be very attractive to them, especially if they're going to tank next year.
This place would go nuts if they got Austin Matthews.
I'm
Win
just
the cup
telling you.
this year, you trade for Austin Matthews, and you get number one overall next year because the Maple Leafs stink. I could see it now.
It could be. There you go.
Going to have to win a game against the Hurricanes. Speaking of winning playoff games, that's all the Thunder have been doing. They took down the Lakers 108-90 in game one of that series. The Thunder are now 5-0 to start the playoffs. My question to you guys, as we are so focused on the Sixers trying to find their way, is this still the Oklahoma City Invitational?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
The only team out west that was going to rival them was San Antonio. And they've had a shake. I mean, they lose game one. And, at home, they were double-digit point favorites. That's really the only team that's going to be able to stand in their way. So it's the Thunder's league, yes.
Yes.
Do you believe at all that the Timberwolves, who went ahead and took
No.
out the Nuggets without Dante DiVincenzo? No, nothing at all there?
Timberwolves have no shot beating
No.
the Thunder.
No Rudy
sorry,
Gobert
sorry,
fans?
sorry to your brother and your mom.
Not a chance.
No
I'm
shot.
suspicious.
Could they
there
win
a
it?
little
Could they
bit.
win a game? Yes.
Do you believe any team in the East
No.
has a chance to beat the Thunder in the finals?
Not in 7 games.
I really don't think so.
No.
Yeah, I'm with you guys.
If there
Give
was
them a game or two. Sure. Absolutely.
yeah,
but no.
I don't think so.
You know what that means? Sixers win the East. We hang the banner.
Well, you hang a conference banner, right? Is that do
You'd
they-
have,
do they do
conference,
that?
cha- yeah,
Do they
conference
do that?
championship. Yeah. Eastern Conference Championship
Eastern World
is a banner.
Champs.
Yeah, I would take that.
Eastern Conference Championship is a banner, and by the way, that's banner
By
worthy.
the way, is the 7th seed? Hell yeah,
Yeah,
man. Let's
major
go.
market world champs.
Yes, major market world champs. You're right.
Now, there's a guy that's playing not in a major market right now, but he does have major market experience, and he had one heck of a day
Mike Trout.
yesterday. No, not
Trade
Mike
for Trout.
Think smaller market.
Okay.
Think Lehigh Valley.
Oh, jeez.
Oh no.
Did you guys see the day?
You know why he had a good day? Because
Yes.
he's really good against those kinds of pitchers.
Let's tell the people what happened.
Go
Otto
ahead.
Kemp, pretty darn good day at the plate yesterday down there for the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs. 2 for 4,
Make me sick.
7 RBIs. He had a 3-run homer and a grand slam.
Wow.
When does he get called back
Look,
up?
I love
He doesn't need to be.
I love the movie Bull Durham.
He's right where he needs to be.
Crash the Kevin Costner. He was the best, most home runs in minor league history.
Crash was 50.
Connor, it's right where he needs to be. That's right where he needs to be.
Don't the Phillies still need right-handed
He's a
Bob?
quad A player. He's right where he needs
Dude,
to
he'll
be.
come up here and he'll hit 185.
Oh, he'll
And-
come up here and get 5 at-bats because he can't field.
Yeah, exactly. Because he stinks, dude. Like, I don't get why there's still hope for Otto Kemp. He's not a good baseball player. Championship type player. I still can't believe. And a lot of you fell for that PR spin. It was a PR spin by Dave Dombrowski because he did nothing else.
When I see 7 RBIs, a 3-run, and a grand slam, I think not a good baseball player.
No, I think
I think a good AAA baseball player. He's a
Yeah.
quad, and he's a quad A because when he comes to the major leagues, you see what he really is.
yeah, dude, it's
It's okay.
okay. Like, good for him, man.
Holding
Like,
out hope, baby.
There you go.
You can hold out all the hope you want, dude. 25 home runs, right? He's still at 0.
Well, we're counting overall professional home runs.
No,
so 2
we
more
were not.
yesterday.
No,
Check the tape.
0 home runs.
not.
We'll review in the
still,
break.
you are 25 home runs away from the mark.
Yeah, you're catching up. And the Aaron Nola bet, I'm feeling pretty good on, but who knows? Might change.
He just threw 6 shutouts.
6 shuts.
I
He may
know,
never
that
give
could
up
be-
another run.
It
Phillies may
it
never
made it
lose
closer.
again.
There you go.
John Mattingly, he saved us.
There you go.
Yeah, dude.
All right.
Your love, it is amazing. Your love for Don Mattingly. I'm happy for you guys. I hope you're
it's
enjoying.
getting
I hope
there.
you're enjoying your honeymoon.
I think
it's beautiful.
By the way, the AI stuff is crazy.
Yeah,
it is crazy.
It's
it's
scary,
fun.
but it's great at the same time.
There you go.
All right, coming up next. Speaking of Don Mattingly, the Phillies are 7-1 since the firing of Rob Thompson. Was this a Thompson issue or is it Magic Mattingly? Is it all Don Mattingly at this point? We'll discuss that also. Did we jump the gun a bit after that Celtics series with some of the things that we said? No, not we. Did some of our friends here at 97.5 The Fanatic jump the gun a little bit?
I think they did.
We'll talk about that next. It's Kincaid and Sal Tunis, 97.5 The Fanatic.